What's happening, people? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. We're outside Stamford Bridge and it's just finished Chelsea 6, Middlesbrough 1 with the Blues heading to the Carabao Cup final. I'm here with Dan. Mate, I think that probably went better than any of us expected. I think we probably thought it'd be a little bit harder, but to get 6 goals, pretty decent performance, probably our best of the season if we're being perfectly honest. I mean, pretty much a perfect night. How did you see it?
Yeah, honestly, everything and more than we expected, to be honest. We had to turn up, we had to do what we had to do tonight, and we had to be ruthless about it. And do you know what? We ticked every box. I think one player tonight probably didn't turn up, and that's Mudryk. Everyone else was at a level tonight that we had to be at. We're in a cup semi-final, 90 minutes away from Wembley, if we all do our jobs right and show our quality. And against a team like Borough, we've shown the level tonight. We've shown that these aren't just kids, they're learning, they're getting better, and some of them proved that they are worth the fee that they cost tonight. I know it's championship opposition, but they didn't turn up a week ago. We did what we had to do. That's the most important thing, and we've done it in style.
No, absolutely, man. The cups, I always say the cup's about just getting the job done and getting through to the next round, obviously being the final. But do you think the manager deserves a little bit of credit today? Because you look at the starting lineup, you know, he didn't play Conor Gallagher. He went with 3 attackers behind Amanda Broja, played Chilwell at left back and obviously played Colwell in the centre. And you know what? Chilwell's coming for a bit of criticism, but actually having him at left back, having a natural attacking left back makes such a difference to this team. What did you make of the 60, 70 minutes that he got tonight?
Yeah, Chilwell was great. It reminds you of how essential it is to have a decent, experienced wing back. It feels like we've spent so much time this season without one, but then you have to say, look at how good Disasi was at right back tonight. He's had a great game, but it's so good to have Chilwell back and in his right position. I think Poch got that right. We've got to give him credit. We gave him so much stick when he came on the left wing the other night. Left back's Chilly's position. He's not a winger, and when he makes that inverted run through the pitch, no one ever picks Chilwell up. He makes so many good runs. He gives wingers so much space for that reason because he occupies their fullback. You can't not have Chilwell in the side for me at left back when he's fit. I think he's our best option.
Yeah, no, mate, he absolutely is, and it makes a big difference. Like, even though we only had one fullback bombing on, you know, as long as you have one attacking outlet, and as you say, Disasi was actually very good tonight. You know, I thought he was channeling his sort of inner Rudiger. You know, getting forward, getting a nice goal as well. And you know, fair play to him because he's had, you know, if he's had criticism, right back's not really his position, but you know, he stepped up tonight for the team and he did a job.
Yeah, he did more than a job tonight. Let's give him credit. Disasi was, I think he might have even got man of the match. I'm not sure at the end of the game, did he get man of the match?
I think it was Cole Palmer was Sky, yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough. Either way, I think Disasi's had an absolute blinder tonight.
He deserves credit, Disasi.
Yeah, I actually have backed him. I think there was a couple of games over Christmas where I don't think he was at the level where he should have been.
He's not a right back.
But but look at him tonight. Right back, he's had a great game. But I honestly think that Disasi, as the season's gone on, has just got better and better. Apart from a scruffy little period over Christmas where the games come really, really quick, I think he's been really good. I think he's gone under the radar. He's not that expensive. He's solid. He's got everything you need as a centre-back. And then now when he's being asked to play out of position, which he's done quite a lot of times this season, he's been great and he's arguably put in a fantastic performance, and probably his best of the season out of position. You can't ask for more.
No, you absolutely can't. I mean, also talking to other players, mate, in terms of the performance tonight, mate, you know, I thought it was a complete performance. I mean, have you impressed with how quickly we started? Because so many times this season we've said we started so slowly, we've moved the ball slowly. But from minute one, we were kind of bang at it, and we got the breakthrough pretty quickly, which is actually crucial in a game like this when we know Borough are going to sit deep. If you get an early breakthrough, and then they have to come out and the floodgates open a little bit. That's exactly what happened. How pleased are you how quickly we started? Because so many times this season we started games too slowly.
I felt like tonight was the first time I can fully sit here and say I know what Pochettino's asked us to do. He's got it right, and the players understood it from minute one. We weren't out the blocks flying, but we were assured in what we were doing. Actually, Borough started a little bit quicker than us. I think 3 minutes in they had a chance, didn't they? But Chelsea were sure and certain in how they were going to win the game tonight, and I haven't seen that enough under Poch. I don't think that's happened enough, and maybe that break that we had post-Fulham has allowed us to be ready for this game, learn from our mistakes, because we just didn't turn up in that first game away at Borough. We didn't know how we were going to beat that team, and I think actually fair play to Carrick in that first leg, because he set Borough up in a way that Chelsea were just going to struggle with. And as soon as I saw tonight and how the teams were lining up right at the beginning of the game, I thought, oh, here we go again. They're going to sit in, they're going to be a low block, and we're not going to be creative enough. Well, tonight, Enzo, superb creativity, was top. Cole Palmer, I mean, we are so lucky we got him. I know we've all said it time and time again, but the kid is a joke. For his age, the level that he is dynamite. He's fantastic. 2 goals again tonight. You cannot ask for any more. In terms of creativity, like you said with Poch, I think he was so right not starting Conor Gallagher tonight. That's the best thing we could have done, is not start Conor, because in a game like that, when they're going to be sitting, they're going to be waiting on that counter-attack, it's just not Conor's game. And the fact that you kind of just let Caicedo sit, almost like a third centre-back if you like, and let everyone else push on, get in between the lines. Borough were really tight. There wasn't a lot of gaps between their midfield and their defence, and they made it hard, but that's where our quality shows, and we moved the ball well, and we moved it efficiently. I mean, we moved it with a good tempo. We've had games like that, but we've been slow with it. Side to side is slow. Even our side to side was at a quicker pace tonight. I think that's probably because we're up against lower level opposition. Colwell did play centre-back, yeah.
Sorry, can I just say one thing on that? Sorry, I know you're doing an interview, sorry. Mudryk playing right wing didn't work from the get-go.
He didn't play right wing tonight.
Well,
Mudryk. He was on the left. He was on the left.
Sorry, when Mudryk started, Mudryk's not a game for Mudryk. Mudryk's better when there's space in behind. Yeah. And he changed it at half-time, which worked. Mudryk's not a player that's got a low block against him. I like him a lot. It don't work for him. Am I wrong on that? No. Change it at half-time, Mudryk came on. I like Mudryk a lot. Is he going to work for him against a low block who's playing against 11 men behind the ball? I heard a lot of artists behind me saying about, are we going to move the ball fast enough? It didn't work. He changed it at half-time. But perfect. But no, I agree with everything you said. It's the only thing I would have said in terms of Mudryk. The only thing I would change. Like, I love him to pieces. I hope it works for him. He needs to up his game.
I'll be honest, with Mudryk, I actually was happy when I saw his name on the team sheet tonight.
Yeah,
I thought,
as well.
This is his chance. He's not been in the team. My pre-match preview, I was saying, this guy needs to be in the team. He needs to play tonight. And I wasn't the only person from Chelsea's fan base saying that tonight. Mudryk should have started. But Mudryk's not taking his chance tonight. And that is on one person and one person only. And that's Mudryk himself. He's not turned up. He's not been good enough. From the get-go, he didn't want to press. Even when he had possession, he lost the ball. His passing was off. I think he completed 1 or 2 passes that were not a 5-yard pass. Like maybe a switch that went further than one man. He just wasn't good enough tonight. He didn't beat a man. And it's so downing to see that, because we back him week in, week out. And when he gets his chance against championship opposition, he doesn't even turn up. I think you're bang on, running in behind. That's his game. But it was only a year ago that we saw him turn up against Liverpool when he weren't running in behind. He was going through those players like they weren't even there. We've not seen that since. And do you know what? If Mudryk went out on loan, I wouldn't even be fussed.
I mean, you touched on Enzo Fernandez. Like, he seems to be coming into some form now. It's another goal from midfield. We've always moaning about you don't have enough goals from midfield. Enzo's starting to pop up with a few goals from midfield now. How important an asset do you think that could be for us? Not only his creativity from deep, but the fact now he's kind of finding himself in the box a little bit more often, and he's putting some goals away. 2 against I forget now, the other against Brighton a few weeks back. Obviously gets a goal against Preston in the Cup as well. Another goal tonight. What have you made of him? Because he's coming for criticism, but him adding goals to his game now, I'm not saying it's loads, but adding some goals from midfield is going to make a big difference to this team.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a different Enzo. I think this Enzo is starting to be unlocked in this Poch setup. I don't think he's our deepest line player like he was. Last year we saw him very deep, that Fabregas type role, trying to be the guy that unlocks everything. Now, he's up there. At times, he was higher than Broja tonight. Like, Enzo's getting on the ball in key areas, and like you said, he's adding goals to his game. And the biggest thing that we have to say to Enzo is fair play, because whilst we got tons of players on the treatment table every single week, this geezer, we know, has got a groin hernia, something like that. He's turning up week in, week out, and he's performing, and now he's putting numbers on the board. I wasn't sure how it was looking a few weeks ago. I remember there was a game when Cundy come on and he said, it was good that Enzo didn't start tonight and he's fighting for his place. Well, now look, Enzo's earning his place back. He's pushed Conor out the team. He's proven that in a game when teams are going to sit back and defend against us, he's your guy to go to. If you're going to let Caicedo sit, you want Enzo and Cole Palmer playing in those sort of roles. If you're going to play with actual wingers, I can't moan at Enzo. There's nothing to moan about in terms of his performance. That's what we signed him for. That's why he commanded a fee. And yeah, look, he's had a patch where it's not been so good. And he's been in and out of the team. He's obviously been struggling with injury. He's still a kid. This is only his 18th month in European football, isn't it? Like, he's been a great player for the majority of his Chelsea career. And now he's taken us to a final at Wembley. You cannot moan at that.
I mean, you've touched on it, it's the final, it's the first final available to reach. How big is this for us in terms of this season? I know obviously now you've got to go to the final and try and win the trophy and get the job done, but in terms of confidence for this team, in terms of Pochettino in his first season, to reach a cup final, how big is that for the manager and how big is that for the football club as well?
All right, mate. Yeah, massive, absolutely massive, to be honest with you. I think I've said it from the beginning, against Wimbledon, this is our European football this season. We haven't got European football. This gives us a route back, I think, to the Conference League anyway. So if we don't quite get there in the league, this is worth us turning up, because I'm not sure, but even if Liverpool win the league or anything like that, do we then potentially get in? Because I'm not sure. Right, it drops down in the league. Right, but either way, I've said from the get-go that this is the most important thing Pochettino can do this season. He has to make sure that we're in the final and we've got a chance of winning this competition, because look at how Man City treated it. Man City every season treat this seriously. Go all those years back to when Jose first come in and people questioned Jose. Oh, really, is he the special one? Well, the first thing he went and did was win the League Cup, and it took us on to win in the Premier League. This turns this squad into winners. I've said it so many times. This squad doesn't have enough winners. Well, we've turned things around tonight, which is huge for this young, inexperienced squad. We turned the whole game on its head. 1-0 the other week against Middlesbrough. Everyone's down, everyone's thinking, fucking hell, we've thrown it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear, but no, I didn't. But there was enough of the boys that did.
He's been arrested,
No, he's in Dubai.
Is he?
Yeah. Loving it, sunning it up. But
it's not raining tonight.
We're good.
yeah, I think that is the most important thing that Pochettino could have done, is take us to this final, because the one thing that everyone always goes to.
What did Mourinho do in his first season? League
Win
Cup.
us the League Cup against Liverpool and Cardiff.
Down in Cardiff.
That's why I've
saying,
said it is so important that Poch turns up, because the one thing Mourinho had was he came here with back-to-back European trophies.
Yeah.
He had charisma. Pochettino, for me, doesn't have charisma. He looks questionable on the sidelines some games. So the one thing he can do to get any Chelsea fan on his side is go and win trophies and actually prove the whole of England wrong, because the whole time he's been in England, his trophy record is questionable.
I've been questionable all season. I said last time I've done an interview here, I've been slagging the boys off. But, I mean, on Talk Sport this morning, they were saying, how far do we think Chelsea would be this time of the season? And I think we're further on, don't you?
Oh, the last year,
don't you?
massively.
Yeah,
I
massively.
think you've got to think back. If you look at where we are in the league, we're on 31 points. Do you remember last year we were getting like a bit squeaky bum time?
It took us until April to get to 40 points.
April. We were on like 31 points going into April, weren't we, at some point last season? We're here, sat here in Jan on 31 points. I believe that we have to turn up in the League Cup. That's our first focus. And if we don't, we push for Europa League. Because I think we're capable of doing it.
We'll beat Liverpool in the final.
I think that's questionable. Liverpool are playing unbelievably well this season. But do we have a chance? Yes, because we're Chelsea. The DNA of this club is to turn up in finals. And just think, it was only a couple of seasons ago we took Liverpool to penalties in the other final, and we had them both finals then, League Cup, FA Cup. I think Chelsea have got every chance, but it's going to be a tough game.
Cole Palmer by a mile. Outstanding. Yeah.
I would say Cole Palmer, Enzo and Disasi were the standouts for me tonight.
And mate, last thing to round out, mate, how do you see Friday going? Quick prediction?
Yeah, Friday we'll beat Villa. We're going in with a really good result tonight. I think the players are going to be on a high, and I just think we've got to show what we're made of. Villa, they're running out of steam. 2-0 Chelsea.